The Nigerian Senate has resolved to abolish age limitations in job advertisements and asked the federal government to immediately draw up policies that relate to equality of opportunity and treatment in access to employment at all levels. These resolutions by the Senate are sequel to a motion titled Age Requirement Precondition for Employment in Nigeria, Urgent Need for Intervention, sponsored by Senator Abamoro. TVC News correspondent Tijesu Adeoye reports.
For employment of Nigerians.
Presenting the motion on the floor of the Parliament, Senator Abamoro hinges his argument on Chapter 4, Section 42, Subsection 2 of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution as amended, which provides every citizen the right to freedom from discrimination. The lawmaker argued that this sad situation of age restriction on employment has led many to commit age fraud by going all out to falsify their age in a bid to remain within the age limit of employability in the Nigerian civil service and all other employers of labor in the country.
Ironical that a graduate in this country can serve in the National Youth Service Corps program at age 30, but cannot be gainfully employed thereafter on the fact that he or she is above 30 years, a situation that is a flagrant breach of his fundamental human right.
You cannot, under the Nigerian laws, impose on an employer policies with regards to age. However, in the Nigerian labor statutes, it is clear that once you are up to the age of 18, you are employable. But the decision to employ, whether you are 18, 19, 20, or 40, is the discretion of the employer.
Among other resolutions, the upper legislative chamber urged the Federal Ministry of Labor, Employment and Productivity and other relevant agencies to restrict and discourage public and private employers from depriving millions of job seekers of employment opportunities merely for not meeting the age requirements. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News, Abuja.
House of Representatives has now challenged security agencies to adopt new tactics and strategies to end daily banditry attacks in Basari, Safana Federal Constituency of Katsina State. The Parliament also dwelt on the need to improve welfare package for members of the armed forces. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa has details.
May the agenda so rest in perfect peace.
Another day at plenary and security issues again top legislative business. Aliyu Abubakar from Katsina State laments the rising cases of kidnapping, killings and other banditry attacks in East constituency. He says economic activities have become practically impossible as his constituents can no longer go to their farms. His appeal is that the newly confirmed security chiefs should respond to his distress call.
Bandits attacked these villages, leaving many dead and others were wounded and kidnapped. Currently, there are some people that are receiving treatment at Federal Medical Center Katsina, and some are in the hands of these bandits.
Lawmakers are worried about the disturbing trend of adulterated aviation fuel, a development they say poses serious danger to lives and property. They have now resolved to a probe.
That the House to constitute an ad hoc committee to investigate the increasing incidences of aviation fuel contamination, associated air travel risks, and possible non-adherence to standard operating procedures.
The head of the Civil Service of the Federation and the nation's Accountant General have a date with the Parliament on the inability of government's payment system, IPPIS, to certify workers for payment of their salaries.
It's quite unfair that people will be working for 3 years, take transport in Nigeria of today, and they are not being paid. So these people have families. Some of them are breadwinners. They need to be paid, not just in UNIZIG, but in all the universities in the Federation.
Consumers may now heave a sigh of relief as the House adopted a motion calling on the Electricity Regulatory Agency to desist from approving hiking tariff.
It is most inappropriate and insensitive to come up with a price increase of such magnitude at this time when Nigerians are yet to come to terms with the increase in petroleum prices.
To motivate members of the nation's armed forces, the House called for the full implementation of the Manual of Financial Administration. The end goal is to ensure that the 2024 budget takes adequate care of their welfare. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
The Nigerian military insists troops were carrying out legitimate orders by setting ablaze empty Tura laden with 150,000 metric tons of stolen crude oil. At a news conference on military operations, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, defended the action of the troops and also gave details on how troops intercepted a truckload of cannabis. Sifonesian reports.
A forum that provides the military authorities the opportunity to provide updates on operations across the various theaters. It's the first time Major General Edward Buba will be talking to journalists since he assumed the role of Director of Defense Media Operations.
Indeed, on the 15th of July, troops of Operation Awase during stop and search operation along road Ajilete, Owode, in Yewa South local government area of Ogun State, intercepted and arrested a truck with 2 occupants, one a Ghanaian, the other a Nigerian. A search on the truck led to the discovery of 702 cartons of 12 caliber Resta cartridges, each carton containing 25 cartridges. Also arrested were 250 packets containing 10 cartridges of black pellets. Wow. And then
he defended the burning of a large vessel laden with stolen crude oil by troops, saying they were carrying out legitimate orders.
Is that in the military, we work with instructions. Whatever instruction we get, we operate with it. If it is reviewed, we will operate with it. We don't make the laws. We work with the laws that are given to us.
While troops succeeded in busting drug trafficking rings and intercepting ammunition meant for separatist groups, the new methods adopted by criminal gangs continue to throw up more challenges. Sifon Asian, TVC News, Abuja.